Guys, I wanted to hop on here and first extend my thoughts and prayers to those being impacted by the fires in LA. The angelic realm was coming through and just wanted to share more on what's happening from a higher dimensional perspective, but also allow us to create this space to come together, outsource our energy, and support a collective timeline shift. So I was on live yesterday and I explained some things that were channeling through for me, but I think the connection was just was bad. So I do want to donate to 3 people or 3 families who are impacted by the fire. So if this is you, please shoot me a DM, or if there's someone that you personally know that needs assistance, shoot me a DM. So this week in the field, Kundalini fire and Kundalini energy has been extremely potent. And even in my private priestess portal container, synchronistically, we had a Kundalini, a massive Kundalini activation this week. And so what I'm seeing is the earth is a conscious being, right? The earth itself, its Kundalini is rising. Now, what happens with Kundalini energy is that it can be stuck in the lower chakras, usually the root chakra or the sacral chakra. And this is where dense emotional energy is stored. This is where the pain of our collective past, like I'm getting visions of just past wars and colonizing and all of this energy, right? It has to go somewhere. It's stored. So the earth itself also has chakra centers. And when Kundalini starts to rise, right, energy has to be released, okay? The energy has to purge. And so with this purging of energy, we get a manifestation of fires. We get a manifestation of tsunamis and different natural disasters and catastrophes. And when this is happening, all of the emotional pain and energy that has been trapped within the earth's grid, you know, it has to go somewhere. And this is the manifestation. So when I'm looking at the energetic grid of LA itself, right, it sits on very specific ley lines. And these ley lines are correlated with the root chakra of the planet. So just, can you kind of see the correlation of the purging, the root purging? But also the angelic realm wants to be honest and transparent about this. This very powerful energetic grid that LA sits on is one of the main reasons why we have Hollywood there. And we have certain forces and energies that leverage that grid to their advantage, right? Sexual energy and these types of things. So when the earth is purging dense frequencies, okay, let's just think about the element of fire. Fire is extremely alchemical. And this correlates to, if you were on our YouTube live the other day, we were talking about how rock bottoms are actually quantum resets. When you're dealing with the element of fire, okay, typically when everything's burning down to the ground, that is a massive quantum leap. That means you have to start at 0. 0 is feminine, 1 would be masculine. 0 is the quantum field. 0 is the void. So when things are burning down, when structures are literally disappearing into thin air, okay, when things are evaporating, disappearing, it's a new timeline, okay? And so depending on how this is impacting you personally, and this, I just want to be empathetic, and, you know, it's painful when we lose things. It's painful when there's transformation. And allow yourself to process your true raw emotions and feelings if this is personally impacting you. And we are going to do like a prayer and a meditation today to support this energetic grid. But as a collective, to access the higher timelines, these types of events will continue to happen. Okay. Yes, I'm so happy you said this, Krista. LA will build back. And what the angelic realm is saying is it will come back stronger. It will come back more vibrant. And where we were getting ready to go is a lot of the people and some of the energy, it's like it's being pushed out. Like some folks are actually being forced to leave for various reasons. And so the vibrational grid is actually going to raise in frequency, okay? Actually going to expand into a higher tier of light, okay? So I want to just tune into okay, one more thing we want to explain. When these types of things happen, it's so important that we come together and use our collective intention for healing, because lower vibrational energies, what they do is they will come into this specific area to amplify the pain, to amplify the emotions that people are processing, to amplify the grief that people are experiencing. So when we use our collective light and we send healing energy and a healing intention to that place, to that space, we actually help those lower, and they're saying not coincidentally, fallen angels, right? The city of fallen angels, we push that energy, we push those entities, those energies, those lower vibrations out of the space so that healing, love, and light can come in, okay? So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and let's bring your awareness down into your heart. This is where your power is. This is where your ability to outsource your being to any person, to any place, even to the past or the future, to any timeline, to outsource your being to be of assistance, using your strength and your light in this moment to assist others. And as you sit in the seat of your heart, the vibration begins to build up as you are channeling love directly from Source and Universal Supreme Consciousness, expanding this light in your heart, expanding this light in your heart. Deep, deep compassion for our collective ascension journey and everything that will come with it. And focus your energy now on the grid that is LA. Envision yourself floating over the city and beaming this energy from your heart. And as you're beaming this energy from your heart in the astral, you are connecting with other light beings who are also here, everyone who's joined in this meditation at this moment. And as we're all shining this light from our hearts, it collects and becomes one golden orb, and it's getting bigger and it's getting bigger and it's getting bigger and it's getting bigger. And now it is encapsulating the entire city. And now the city is being held in a crystalline bubble of golden Christ light. Light language coming through here. Niatara sakar kula kiti shakara murkite sekana kur kiti shiki niatara satarya shukula karkata satarya shite. Transmuting lower vibrations, entities, negative agendas, many things, many layers here. And now angelic waters begin to flow from the higher dimensions. Maybe you are seeing this in your third eye as crystalline rainfall. Cleansing the smoke, cleansing the destruction, cleansing the pain, cleansing the grief. Angelic waters continue to flow down. And so we are complete. if anyone would like to share what they're feeling or their thoughts, or if you have any questions, I do have some time, so inviting folks on. If you're still here. And so you guys can request to join me if you would like. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. I'm well. How are you?
I feel like I was on live with you the last time.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
You were.
you
You
were
were
just really.
in the field, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I'm currently not affected with what's going on in LA fire, but I can feel your energy and everyone's energy about, oh, I was doing light language while you were praying.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was definitely just in awe. My gosh, I can just feel the compassion and sadness too,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
everything.
And it's
So,
okay. I'm happy you're saying that we allow ourselves to feel pain and grief and even anger when these things happen. Like a few weeks ago, like I'm usually able to see things from a higher perspective and be in neutrality, and but a few weeks ago there was like something that I was learning about in another part of the world, and it really brought me to tears. And I think these moments for us as light workers are powerful because it reminds us why we're here and what we're doing. It's so easy to get acclimated to the higher vibrations when you start manifesting in your life and your reality, and your life is beautiful and things are flowing, and especially living in this part of the world, for those who are in the United States, Canada, etc. You can really begin to get out of touch with the fact that majority of the planet is actually in pain and distress, right?
mhm,
And
yeah.
so it can be a powerful activator for us as light workers to remember so many people need us. I know many of you here, you want to work in the healing space, right? You want to
Mhm,
be, maybe it's a spiritual mentor or coach, and it can start to feel like the space is saturated. Well, why would somebody work with me? They can work with Erin, or they can work with this person. And the it's such a big world that needs every single one of us. So absolutely. Feeling that pain, feeling that sorrow, feeling that grief, really brings us into compassion.
mhm. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Oh, thank you so much for sharing your gifts.
Thank
I'm just
you,
so,
hon.
yeah,
Thanks for joining.
yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Alexis, I love this question. How does this connect with Maui? Because I know a lot of people were feeling like what was happening in Maui, it was intentional, and all those different things. Okay, this is what we want to say about that. You want to see everything as a manifestation. We want to explain it this way because when you polarize yourself into the dualistic concepts of us against them, or they did this to us, or when you're doing that, it's difficult to be in your sovereignty. Okay, so let's just look at everything that happens as a collective manifestation. And that collective manifestation is a reflection of something that needs to happen. To synchronistically, the word coming through is to spark, right? Like a fire, to spark a fire inside of you. Um, in my personal communication that was happening during the Maui fires, Gaia was showing me um that is very, very sacred land. And not that any land is more sacred than other places, but just the frequency of that land. She wanted to purge some of the businesses and some of the things that were going on that land. Now, there are a lot of other, let's just say, underground things taking place where certain forces and energies understand the importance of certain energetic grids. Okay. But in reference to Maui, that was the information that was coming through for me, that Gaia wanted to purge. Um, just like in this instance that we're talking about, right? We're going to continuously see these things happen. how we relate to them, it really depends on our personal timeline, right? If you strongly feel like these things are being intentionally created and happening, um, remember, this is a quantum world. It's not this or that, it's this and that. So if you relate to it in that way and you relate to that storyline, that's the timeline you're in. That's what you're going to experience. What the angelic realm wants us to do is we want you to become neutralizers. When things happen, you simply say, how do we expand from here? Where do we go from now? What are we learning? What are we purging and releasing? And what is the collective desire moving forward? What is the collective reality we desire to experience? And in doing that, we create the storyline so that what happens next, right? It won't be this linear unfolding of something negative and we're projecting that out into the future. We can quantum leap into a parallel version of Earth where there's healing, there's prosperity, and the expansion from the contrast will be worth it. That's how we want to be relating to these events, okay? So I hope this was helpful. As I was saying, I would like to support, donate, help 3 people, 3 families. If that is you, send me a DM, or if you know someone and you want to connect me with them, you can shoot me a DM as well. So much love, guys. Much love. If you're in LA, if this is impacting you personally, or if you have family there, I am just sending you a big hug, big hug. And remember, when things are burning to the ground, literally in the physical, that is a major quantum reset and opportunity to access timelines that otherwise, without that purging, without that clearing, would not be possible or available. Okay? Much love. Peace.